All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so let's talk. I know you guys see the picture. It's Lady Gaga right there, and in black, and she's got blonde hair and pink hair, and she's got a telephone on top of her head. I saw this image and I said, you know what, I'm going to use this image. I'm going to use this image to talk about this next subject, man, because a lot of people are trying to are living, the best that they can live, right? And they're still going through a lot of problems, like a lot of drama, a lot of chaos in their lives, and they don't know why it is. Like they do all the things that they're supposed to do, but they don't understand what's going on. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about that. And one of the things that is going on is, as you guys can see by the title and by this picture, it's it some a lot of times you're going through the things you're going through is because of the contacts you have with other people. And a lot of you guys don't even understand that. A lot of you guys don't even know that. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I did make that post today on my 365 Facebook page that I'm not calling anybody. I am not calling anybody unless you're family or you're led or I'm led by the Lord, right? Or I'm led by God to call you. Okay, if you're part of the 365 crew or the Eyes Open Media crew, and God tells me that I need to call you for wisdom or to give you something, or for you to give me some type of wisdom or understanding on something, then that's fine. Or if a prophet comes and tells me, a prophet John, you need to talk to this person because the Lord said he has something or she has something for you, then that's different, right? And then of course I'm gonna go to the God and tell God, did you ask? Did you say this? Because I don't want to be set up by nobody, right? So it's very so you guys don't do that, and that's what's going on right now with a lot of people, not just holy people, but worldly people as well. Okay, a lot of people don't understand that speaking to people on the phone, also communicating with people outside, coming in contact with people, touching other people, also the messages and chats you do in your emails, your messages, your inbox on your Facebook, social media, all those things are very important in the spiritual realm, because a lot of people, not a lot of people don't understand that you can be going through a lot of craziness because of the people you're contacted with. The people you interact with on social media could be the ones that are just basically creating the chaos in your life just by contact, just by emails, just by things of that nature, right? So basically, what they do is, before they contact you, they will the witches and warlocks, or the evil people out there, they pray to whatever they pray to, and they put spells on people, and they put things on people, and so when you pick up your phone and you're talking to somebody, you have no clue what they did before they started talking to you. And so what happens is, whatever they prayed or whatever they did, in the demonic realm, is being transmitted into you, while you're talking to them, and you have no clue. And this is why a lot of people's lives are crazy, because you're talking to all these people and you have no clue who's a witch, who's a warlock, who's demonic, who's holy. You have no clue. Okay, and so what we have to do as a people of God, and be holy, is that every night before we go to sleep, we need to ask God to cancel any demonic contacts we've had all day. See, I didn't know this either, and I was trying to figure out, what's all this confusion and stuff going on, and I had to go to God, and I had to go to the prophets, and it's the contacts. Okay, it's the contacts with people online. It's the contacts on the phone. It's the contacts in the world when you go out, and you go and you sit in a taxi cab, or you sit in an Uber, or you go into a Giant or a Safeway or a shopping mall and centers. Man, there's a lot of demonic spirits around all of these areas, right? So you come in contact with all this stuff, and then you just go to bed, and some of you guys forget to even pray, and you just go to bed. And so and so it's giving the spirit, it's giving Satan the right to mess with you because of that. Okay, so that's why God always says it's important who you keep in contact with, right? Do not dwell with those that are unequally yoked. And that's talking about marriage, but it's also talking about in life as well, because you want to make sure the people you're calling and talking to on the phone or is led by God, and also they're holy, because those that are in the world are unequally yoked with you if you're living holy. And everybody that's listening to me is not living holy, okay? So we know that, okay? We hope that and pray that this year you are reset back into a holy life, right? But we got to keep it real. A lot of people are not holy that are listening to me. Matter of fact, I did have a dream, and in that dream, the Lord showed me, I was going up in the elevators and things like that, and I was getting off the elevators and things like that. But in that dream, the Lord showed me that a lot of people were coming in and out, and they were dressed in black and white, and I was the only one dressed in tan. I was tanned, and I was brown and tan, so that and if you guys know, brown and tan is a man of God. If you see yourself in a dream and you're tan, that means that you're living holy. You might have some sins on you, because everybody has. No one's perfect. Yeshua is the only one that's perfect, but you're living holy, right? So you're clean, basically, in God's eyes. But the rest of the people around me weren't. They were black and white. So that tells me that, and the Lord's telling me that when I get on these YouTube videos, when I do YouTube videos, and when I speak to people on social media, mass majority of the people are not holy that I speak to every day. And I even addressed this on the main channel, and I even said, I know who's not holy and who is. I know a lot of you guys are pretending, right? Hey, I got some slack for that, but I was telling the truth, because you're gonna see a whole bunch of people when they change that rate, when Iraq changed the rate, you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of people who are pretending to be of God, and then as soon as they change that rate, they're going to be gone, right? And they're going to go to Vegas, and they're going to be ordering, living out their fantasies with strippers and hookers and all types of stuff. I mean, getting into drugs, and going to LA and living, they're just doing the craziness. So they're faking, everything just so they can get this rate, just so they can receive the information from me. And then once the rate finally changes and the humanitarian funding happens, they're gone. Okay, so we know, I already know now, but you guys that can't see that are going to definitely see that when it finally happens. Okay, so that's what that's what's going on right now, is that I'm speaking on 365 and this channel, and just in contact on social media with a lot of people that are not living holy. And that's why the Lord was showing me a lot of black and white people, because they're just living, they're not holy. Okay, so if you see yourself in brown clothing and brown, that means you're doing good. Thumbs up to you. It's not a lot of us out here, but thumbs up to those that are living holy, and you see yourself, yeah, living, in brown and not black and white. So yeah, so the contact you come with, the people you come in contact with, is very important in the spiritual realm, because they can transfer demonic, demons, and all types of stuff to you, and you don't have no clue about it. You're just speaking on the phone. You just get off the phone, you call, and you're like, okay, cool. But then after a while, you're like, man, after I had that phone call last week, my whole life has been crazy. You know what I mean? And then you start to wonder, well, what's going on? And that's because a lot of times people set you up. You think they're friends, you think they're, your friends, but they're really not. They're not. They really jealous about you and all that. So they set you up. They'll set you up. They'll say, hey, call me on Monday. And what they'll do, they will summon some type of spirit of demonic stuff, and then they'll call you, and then they'll transfer that onto you while they're speaking nicely to you on the phone, and you have no clue what's going on. And so then after the phone call, your whole life is going crazy. The same thing that people do on Facebook, right? They message you and they speak all nice to you, and then they say, hey, click this link, and then you click the link and your whole computer's hacked, right? Or your I mean, one of my marketing friends, his buddy met had this beautiful, I guess this woman had a beautiful picture on her profile, but it wasn't a woman. It was probably a man that was just pretending to use the account. And then so they were just messaging each other, and then the girl was like, well, it's probably a man in the back, right, but typing and stuff up, but the picture was a woman. And like, yeah, click this link right here. And so the guy clicks the link, and his whole freaking Perfect Money account, payment processor account, was hacked and gone, like instantly. Like he just clicked the link, and the person was able to take all his money out of Perfect Money instantly. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so it could be physical and spiritual, right? The people you come in contact with, you got to be very, very careful. Okay, because people out here are being destroyed and just going through chaos because of the people they come in contact with, and they have no clue about it. Okay, so also you want to cover yourself when you go out. People just leave the house and not even cover themselves. I just can't understand that. When you leave the house, cover yourself in the blood, cover yourself in the blood, and make sure the Holy Spirit and your guardian angels are awake and with you, right? Because once you go out and you go to the mall and stuff, guess what? You're gonna be listening to worldly music. People, they're playing worldly music and that summons demons into you, and all this other bull crap that goes on around the world that is not godly. And you want to make sure you're covered, so always cover yourself in the blood anyways when you leaving the house, coming in, and make it perpetually, so that that if you forget because you're rushing, that you're good to go, that the Lord gives you that grace because you made it perpetually. Okay. Same thing with the contacts. Make sure when you pray at night, you say, Lord, I cancel all demonic contacts that I came in contact with today. And I also make it perpetually, Lord, so that if I forget to do that on a daily, that I'm still covered. Okay, so that's what you guys need to do. I need to do that myself, and I need to make sure that every day, because I speak to so many people, but the Lord is covering me, right? You know what I mean? And I made mine perpetually a couple of months ago when I first started doing this, but so the Lord's been covering me even if I forget to do it or not. But let's get in the habit of making sure that every phone call is covered. You're covered. Every contact, every message, every email, every time you go out, every car you sit in, every people you hug, and because man, I'm telling you, this world is wicked, and you don't know who is who. And your life, if your life is crazy right now, which a lot of people's lives are, because I see it in the message boxes, and that's because it might be somebody close to you that's doing it to you. So usually the people that are close to you are the ones that are screwing your life up in the spiritual realm. So you need to ask God to show you the people that are screwing with your life, and he'll show it to you. Okay, especially if you want to get out of that mess. He'll definitely show it to you. But also cancel every demonic contact for the day, every time before you go to sleep, and make it perpetually. So just in case you forget one night, you're covered. Okay. But the Lord, let the Lord show you. Pray and let the Lord show you who are evil contacts, who you need to break away from, because this is Reset 2016. And the number 7 is the number of completion, right? And we are expecting a wealth transfer. We are expecting prosperity like never seen before, and we are expecting a whole bunch of things in 2017. So one of the things we don't want to see is people still hanging around friends that are destroying them, or pretending to be your friends, and doing harm to you in the spiritual realm, that's creating chaos in your life. So hopefully this message was a blessing to you. Hopefully that you guys go to tonight, you pray and you cancel all demonic contacts from 2016 and 2017, and you make it perpetually so the Lord can always cover you in that. So hopefully this was a blessing. I'll talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Shalom and take care. Peace out.